Do you ever find yourself complaining over and over again about the same issue that you're facing at work? I'd love to introduce you to a simple exercise that I exercise with my coaching clients. Hi, I'm Kelly Hakes, a certified executive and leadership development coach. Let me introduce you to the bridge exercise. This exercise allows you to get some clarity on exactly what it is that you're facing and what you envision as the ultimate successful outcome. And then, as we look at the bridge, what steps need to be taken to get from one side of the bridge to the other to that successful outcome? Let's take a look. I'm going to walk you through an overview of the bridge exercise. So when I start with a client, I ask them to describe their primary challenge. What is something that they want to discuss, whether it's just for this session or client sessions into the future until this issue is resolved. So the first thing I ask them to do is to describe the issue and what the current status is. So tell me a little bit about the background of the issue. Is it something that has been ongoing for some time or something that has arisen due to recent circumstances? And also, what are the negative consequences that have resulted from this issue? And then on the right-hand side of a page, I ask my client to paint me a picture of what the ideal resolution to the issue would be. So talk to me about the specific status of the various stakeholders, of the organization, of the team, specific projects, etc. So then what we're going to do during our coaching sessions is to talk about how we're going to cross the bridge from the left-hand side to the right-hand side. So things that I ask my client are, what resources do you need to reach this optimal solution? What communication needs to happen? What actions need to take place? And then once my client feels like he has what he needs to have his team performing at optimal levels, and whatever the issues are that we're addressing have been resolved, what kind of accountability does he need to have in place so that he can maintain this status and also maybe excel and do even better in the future? So let me walk you through a real client example. So I had a client named John, and John works in a team that has been newly developed for a large consulting firm. It's in an area that he's been really wanting to spear up and was very excited to lead. However, what he didn't know was that he wasn't going to be able to choose his team members, and that the team members that he was inheriting were very eager but young and inexperienced analysts that were going to take some time to get up to speed. So what was happening was the team started early on missing deadlines and not being able to do their jobs well, so making lots of mistakes. And that resulted in John having to work very long hours and then ultimately having to face the music with senior management when his team was missing deadlines or underperforming. So the senior management was starting to question John's ability to lead this team, which was very distressing to him. So then I asked him, what do you see as the best resolution to this issue? What would it look like? Not necessarily the steps to get there yet, but just tell me how you envision your team performing, how the projects are going along, how senior management is viewing your team and yourself. So he said that what he would like to see is all of his team members, whether they were new team members who were more senior and had more training and were able to complete tasks on time, and or I should say, the existing team members having the adequate training and experience to get the job done as needed. And also he wanted to have a collegial team environment. He did not want the team members who were underperforming to feel beaten down by feeling like they couldn't do what they were doing before, but that now there was a successful team that was in place. And he also wanted to be able to lead the team to meet deadlines so he did not have to work long hours. And finally, he said that he was In his ideal world, the senior leadership would view his team as a high-performing team with a superstar leader at the helm. So during our coaching sessions over time, John was able to identify some things that would help him get across the bridge. One was to have additional more senior members and training for the existing young team members. He didn't want to abandon them. He felt like they had room to grow. He just didn't know if he had the time to do it without the additional team members. So he talked with senior management to get the resources he needed, and he had talks with junior team members about getting the training and the importance of speaking up when they were struggling. And then with respect to hiring the new team members, he identified that he needed to schedule and screen through employees and get appropriate training for those that needed training. And then also schedule regular meetings with both senior management and team members to make sure the team is able to meet deadlines. And then as for the accountability piece, he felt like he could sustain this ideal solution if he agreed to a plan with senior leaders and then scheduled regular check-ins. This is a really simplified example of the bridge journey, and it's something that I often use when I'm starting out with a new client and we're just embarking on our journey through coaching. If you are interested in learning more about this bridge exercise or exploring leadership and development coaching, schedule a complimentary consultation with me today. Please see a link to my calendar below the video. See you soon.